Charlotte, North Carolina. And so, yeah, it's just all about showing up, looking like you want others to see
I love it. And I'm Arden. I will be your teacher today, and you'll learn a little bit more about me. So we're going to hop in, guys. Going to share my screen. I love this thing. Catherine, it's even changed since you've seen it last, because I just keep like thinking, oh, this would be really cool.
you. Yeah.
Okay, so these are, I'm muting us, these are our 3 PR mistakes to avoid to gain sales while saving your brain. And my mission with this is to make PR easy and doable for you so that you're not wasting time and money trying to do all the things. Instead, what I really want to help you get focused on with this is to get focused on what's the most effective thing and things for your brand. Okay, so who is this for? This is for if you want to work smarter, not harder, to build your brand and raving fans, right? Like, so you guys are looking to, create digital tools or expand what you're doing, Catherine, out in Arizona. But how do you work smarter, not harder at that? And really, like, especially with the holidays coming up or anytime you want to take a break, like if you really want to take a break from social media, but you fear that you're going to lose the fans you worked so hard to get, this class is going to help you kind of steer away from that. And then the last one is if you want to get featured in the press. So our agenda today is going to be, we're going to look at the different types of media so that you can determine what is going to be the most effectively focused for your efforts. The fastest way to kind of cut through that noise and get the attention of your ideal client. And then we're going to learn how to play the PR game so that you can win. And what I'm seeing, especially in 2020, is this challenge, the challenge that it's just all too much, right? Like, oh my God, what's one more thing? Oh God, I got to add this. Or this thought that we get in our head, if more people knew who I was, it would all be easier. Or the last one, which we finding time to be on all the platforms, because you take another class and the class tells you have to be on all the platforms and you're like, how do I do this? And if you're going to stay with me until the end, I just launched my new PR club. I'm super pumped about it. And you're going to get 1 month free into my PR club. That's up you're getting $50 for hanging out with me. All right. So why me? Why do I feel like I'm really qualified to teach this and work with you guys on it? First, I really think it's a bigger why. Why now? Now more than ever, being present in the right place at the right time can really make or break your business. And you can see that. Like, you can see that, wow, I showed up there and this person called on to me, and then that person told the next person told the next person. So being at the right place at the right time is really important. Authenticity matters. And, I'm a huge Brene Brown fan. If you get the course, you'll see that I talk about Brene Brown a lot, but authenticity matters. But authenticity that gets results has to be planned for and placed correctly. So I'm going to help you with that. And so I know how to do that. And how do I know how to do this? I've studied media since I was 14 years old. I know how the trends are going. I know past, present, and future. And really, why do I love that you guys are here with me and people that are watching this, our crew that is watching it later? The reason I do what I do is to watch someone discover who she is or why his story matters is truly life-giving for me. So I took this knowledge, I took these things that I knew, and it really changed my life. And it's this life-giving aha moment that I call it, that caused me to really become obsessed with teaching you guys how to get Definita. Definita is my company. I made up Definita, so the word, and so I'd make it up. Like, I help you define yourself. So what I've learned how to know which medium works right for you. I've learned the fastest way to cut through the noise and get the attention of your ideal client. And I've learned how to play that PR game so that you can win it. So I've learned these individual things and I pulled them together, and that's what I've learned has become my Purpose, Pitch, Perform PR method. And I will tell you, I have learned this the hard way. I mean, when you've been doing it for 20 years, you learn things the hard way, but I'm giving you guys the shortcuts. But first, I want us to go over a few key terms that you'll need to know to really maximize what you're going to learn today. Public relations. So there are lots of different definitions for public relations, and people get called PR practitioners all the time, and they're not necessarily PR practitioners. Public relations is the practice of deliberately managing the spread of information between an individual or an organization and the public. So a lot of influencers, like social media influencers, get called PR professionals. They're not. PR professionals really look at strategy and the why behind it, the who behind it, the what behind it. Influencers are a part of that strategy, but influencers don't necessarily know how to keep it moving. They know how to get you there, how to get people to events, but they don't know how to keep them going. So why I think it's so important and why I created all of the way I practice PR is because I want you to have a foundation, because the foundation is where you grow from. Media relations. Now at Definita, I really specialize in media relations, and it's a component of PR. Media relations refers to the relationship that a company or organization develops with journalists, while public relations extends that relationship beyond the media to the general public. And it is possible for communication between the media and the organization to be initiated on either side. And a lot of times that's where your PR person negotiates those conversations. And when we look at journalists and look at media relations now, it's social media, it's traditional media, and it's self-creative media. So those are the basic PR terms that we'll deal with today. Okay, so now why you've come, the 3 mistakes people are making, people as in all of us, this big mindset mistake. Number 1, if I can get on TV, if I can get 10,000 followers, man, if I could just get that cover story, I'm gonna blow up, people will know me, and everything will be easy. People feel that. But truthfully, we need to fix that mistake, because it's again that why. Why do you want the TV? Why do you want the followers or the cover article? Do you know what you'll do with these when you get them? Do you know your story? Honestly, like, do you know why you want it? So that's the first part of my method. My first part of my method is really this purpose. It's when you know why you do what you do and want what you want, you will be able to create that PR buzz. So when you know your purpose, that's going to be the first thing. First thing in fixing your mistakes in this PR hustle is to know your purpose. The second, this is this mistake. This is this like overwhelming that we feel, everyone, whenever I share this, feels seen. Here's how I'm successful in PR is if I have to post on my Instagram grid once a day. I need at least 10 Instagram stories a day. I need to be active in 3 Facebook groups. I need to figure out TikTok. Oh, I have to have a TV spot with me in it. Oh God, I need my mental health and physical health. I gotta be my Peloton like 5 times a week. I need to be featured on 3 podcasts. I probably need to send a weekly email to my existing contacts. Probably need to write a daily blog. Oh, I gotta create a course because I gotta have a residual income. I gotta find time to go to the grocery store, and I need a Zoom account, and oh my God, just give up already. Yeah. So what do? First, take a breath. Seriously, whenever you start to feel that overwhelming, I'm not gonna be successful if I don't do everything all the time, take a breath. I have to do it. This is nothing that all of us are having to do this, right? The next thing, do you have a plan? Really? Do you have a plan for your purpose? Would you build a house without a blueprint? Would you go to a doctor without, like, before getting a scan? Why do you think you need to be everywhere? Honestly, who do you need to pitch? So that's that second, fixing that mistake. Pitch. When you know who needs to hear from you, then you will be able to create your own buzz, right? So you've got your purpose, and then you've got your pitch. You need to know who you're talking to. You don't have to talk to everyone because not everyone is your audience. So the second key to fixing these mistakes is to plan your pitch. Remember, stay until the end and you're getting 1 month free. Basically paying you $50 to hang out with me. All right, mistake number 3. Guys, you got the TV spot. You're at 10,000 followers. You can now do swipe up. You've got the cover story. And that was it. So this, knowing your purpose and learning where to pitch are where 95% of people stop. This is where I will see so many people just lose momentum because they don't realize that one media get can turn into multiple pieces of promotion for you. Or the flip side of them also seeing is they work so hard and they do too much to make that one media get that the get is exhausting. And so they do a podcast and then they talk about the podcast for like 24 hours straight and they're tagging it all the time. And you're like, I get it. You were on a podcast. So the third part is you have to know how to perform. So perform is taking your one success and making it work for you throughout your platforms. And making it work for you is also knowing the timing and knowing I'm going to pop this up on Instagram on Tuesday after the podcast, and I'm going on Facebook on Wednesday afterwards, and then on LinkedIn. That way I'm cross-pollinating my audience. I'm performing, but I'm not exhausting myself. So it's about expanding to perform. So that's my method. Know your purpose, plan your pitch, and expand to perform. And so what does this actually look like? So this is the cool part. This is when you're really operating in your purpose, in your pitch, and in your perform, you can create strategic plans for yourself to really succeed over the next quarter. If you want to do them quarterly, if you want to do them bi-yearly, I really recommend doing them in chunks. That because things are changing and you want to see what's working and what's not. This is all about creating your purpose. If you're looking at your pitch, you will know how to create. If an e-newsletter is important for you, you will know how to create the e-newsletter to make sure you're reaching your audience with your hours, with information about you, with a layout that they know to expect. And then when you're getting press. So all this, and a lot of people come to me because they want to get press. So these are 3 different clips that I've gotten for 3 different clients, and all of them were just because we knew the right time, we knew the right story, and we knew how to maximize them. But the reality of this is I can't cover everything in one class. I want to break it down. I'm a slow teacher. I like you guys to know the ins and outs. And my question also is, how can you take what you've learned today, apply it, and increase your sales, increase your raving fans, increase your reach? You really have 2 choices. You can do it the slow way, through trial and error, by taking some of what I've given you here, which you're going to get a whole copy of this masterclass, and I want you to pick it apart and watch it over and over so you can learn from it. Or you can do it really quickly using my program. So what you're going to get with Purpose.Pitch.Perform is courses taught by me based on decades of effective and prosperous storytelling experience. You're going to hear from multimillionaires who have used their story and this method to expand their reach and their empires. You're going to enjoy one-on-one coaching with me throughout the course. We do invitations to live sessions with media experts and me each month. And this is really a self-paced course that's going to allow you to break through the clutter and give you access to masters in their field. So when you think about that, what is that worth to you? If all this did was get you one new client, or earn you a media spot, or grow your social media, would it be worth it? And I think this course is a great deal, and it's $2020, $997 price tag, but today I'm giving it to you guys for $300 off for $697. So really, for less than $700, it's gonna lead to new fans, new press, new clients. That less than $700 honestly is going to lead to more sales, which is what we want, right? Plus, I'm giving you tons of bonuses, tips from my own purpose expert who has created a tool to help you find and stay focused on your innate purpose. I have used this tool for 10 years. It really keeps me on track. I love it. And you'll also get information about time management, because what you start to find is as your brain grows and as you get so excited about this, you're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get it all done? And then other interviews and information as media progresses. So my guarantee with this course is you're going to clarify your message. You're going to find the right social media outlets for yourself. You're going to determine the best self-created media, and you're going to get traditional media coverage. You're going to gain back time while increasing your reach. And my clients who have followed this method have made bestseller lists. They have sold out of a product in one day. They've gotten national media coverage. And so this is where, like, I want to pause because I get it. Like, so many people are burned out. You've been burned by PR in the past, or money just feels really tight right now. And you're like, is this the right investment? Or you've tried and failed at a course in the past. I know there's a course I'm thinking about signing up for, a year-long program. And I'm like, what if it fails? Like, but what if it doesn't? And the difference is all of those were true before you met me, because I am here to coach you, reply to your emails, gather you in monthly check-ins to ensure that you will not fail. So I want you Purpose.Pitch.Perform, the PR class, for $300 off. Use the code MASTERPR. You're going to see these things when you get in. And if you sign up in the next 60 minutes from whenever you viewed this, I'm also going to send you, you guys are getting the month of the Definita PR Club for free. You're going to get tips on how to get your emails opened by media. And you're also going to get an Instagram content planner, which I just think is so helpful because we all run out of ideas. And the link, I will follow up with the link for the PR Club. It's 12/14/20. And thank you. And now I am taking questions. And Catherine, you've already bought the program, so you'll get the PR program. You'll get all this already. So do you guys have more questions though? Like, what else can I answer for you?
Okay, when it comes to Instagram, social media, my eyes glaze over.
Okay.
And in my business, that image is super important for me to have that presence.
Yes.
But I've hired people to help me with my social media. It just never works out. Okay. So is this something that's going to be hard to figure out how to do it? I'm just not very good when it comes to social media.
No, it's not hard to do it. It is a very step-by-step process but first, the reason I like you guys to do the course is because it helps you figure out what you're talking about on social media and why you're talking about it. Because like you can start to look at mine. I'll shift mine from time to time, and I'm shifting it now to really honing in on my new target audience, because I take myself through this process all the time. Like, who is my target audience now? What are my communication objectives? What problem am I solving? So those are all the key components that I hit in that first part of it. And in that purpose part, because you need to know that. Then you do need Instagram for yours, and you need videos. So then we get into the different experts in those fields who teach you step by step how to walk through Instagram and how to make it work for you, how to find the right hashtags. And then I interview people coming in that my Instagram coach was actually the person that taught the club or the master class, taught my Purpose.Pitch.Perform last week. We had our first like monthly setting. She did an entire presentation for us on how to create a reel, what Instagram is doing now. So I make sure any of my core students stay up to date and then give them access to these other people that I know are doing it well too. And then it's so planning for it, figuring out what you want to say, then it's planning for it, then it's executing it. And so when we talk about executing it, it's everything from, okay, I got this great reel, or I got this media hit. Now I need to post it on my social media. And now let me go get 3 or 4 friends to go comment on it so it stays high in the profile. It's all of those sorts of things built into a self-directed course, but then you also get 60 minutes of coaching with me. So one person has sent me she's like 10 minutes of it. She was like, hey, I'm going to launch my Instagram content. Will you look at it to make sure it's staying on point? So it's just whatever you want to use it for me to, or to go, hey, does this look like the right objective for me? Because most people, like, once they join us, start looking into their stuff a little bit more. Does this look like the right objective for me? And I can go through and see the work. All of it has worksheets with it too. So you can take notes and go back. I want you to be as successful with it as possible. Does that help answer your question?
It does. It does. Yes, it's just that when I wish I could find someone to just do it for me, because I just don't like social media.
I know, but with your particular business, Instagram especially, what I have found, because I thought I didn't like it either, but once I figured out how to do it right for myself, and it worked out better. Like planning on Monday, planning them out, like spending 2 hours, spending 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the afternoon. It's much easier because I want people to run it for me too. And then they're like, but your personality has to shine through. I'm the publicist, right? You're the stylist. So I think if you had a plan for it, it would not be as terrible as you think.
You're probably right. It's the learning curve, I think, that keeps me from really using the platform as much as I know I need to. I think it's a learning curve, and that's just like, oh, I gotta learn this now.
I know. Yeah. But I think this class so far, everyone who's taken it has said it's been so helpful because it is the basics, right? Like I explain all the things and I help you walk through it and help you figure out, because a lot of it is like, what should I be saying? So once you know what you should be saying, it makes it easier.
Right. That's great, because oh, sorry, go ahead.
So that's what I'm looking for help with is I've been running our social media for the last 2 years, and I'm just flat. I don't have creative energy. I don't have a message. I'm just putting posts out there just to meet an algorithm, and our followers are static as well. So I need help with plan, or really figuring out how to give myself some metrics to sort of just wake up and freshen up what we're putting out there.
Yeah. And some of it is just think about what I've started narrowing it in is who's the one person out there that really needs to hear what I have to say. And because I'll do this with clients all the time, and I'm like, oh, what's your avatar? And avatar is that marketing term that it's who's out there that needs to hear from you. Well, do it for yourself. Like, who out there really needs to understand how to style themselves for a Zoom call, or why to get their car protected from Arizona dust, right? Like, as I'm listening to you, you're like, oh, like, well, my car gets rain all the time, so I have to wax. But like in Arizona, you shouldn't wax. Like, who needs to hear that? the mom out at the baseball field, Nicole, right? Like, so start thinking about the people that buy from you already, because there's more of them. So start talking to them. People that buy from me are solopreneurs and small business owners, because I get into them. They want me in the middle. They want me checking in and going, hey, I haven't heard from you in 2 weeks. Like, we need to get on this. My friend Crystal calls me the Chihuahua. So you want me. I have, I have monthly gatherings, and if you don't show up, I send you an email with here's everything we talked about. I make sure you stay in touch. That's who wants to hang out with me. People that don't want to be bothered, they don't want to hang out with me. So it's who has already bought from you. There's more of them, talk to them.
Got it.
What other questions can I answer for you ladies?
Well, could you just share with me a little bit about someone who is similar to me, who just didn't like social media?
Yeah.
After your course, they have shifted their thought process, and they're really doing better with their social media. They're tapping into the audience that they need to tap into.
Yes. So what she did was, she had the same thing. And I looked at her the last time we were together in Arizona, and it was like, you are buying this. Like, you're buying this course. You have to do this. And she started walking through it, and she sent me a message, and she was like, you're so right. I know what I need to be saying now. I'm planning my launch for December into January. So hers was, she had a business, the business partner left, so she had to reshift it. And now she's like, she had to reshift her mindset, and she's like, now I know. And she sent me her grid, and I don't want to share. I'm very private about sharing names, but she sent me her grid and how she had planned out everything and the check mark. And she was like, I am finally so excited about sharing what I'm doing. And then I said, okay, make sure you use the hashtags. And this is just, go to besthashtags.com anytime you need hashtags, because those are generating whatever the best 30 hashtags are, and just copy and paste. Okay. But she really did, I could feel her energy, and I know her well enough to know she went, oh my gosh, I feel so much more comfortable. And now I know publications to talk to, and I know connections to make, all because she just sat down and went through it. And they're not long, it's a 25-minute lesson and then 2 interviews with experts, a 25-minute lesson and then 2 interviews with experts, because I want you teaching and learning, but then I also want you hearing from experts who are living it out. And so, she loved it. Another one's getting ready to get started. Another one put her intern and me in it. So far, they're all loving it. They're like, I get it. It's making sense for me. I'm excited about posting. So.
Okay. So then what I'm hearing you say, what you just said was something very interesting. And that was, when we're done with this course, we know how to go out and get those interviews from publications that will connect me to the type of audience that I am speaking to or that I want to speak to. So we'll even know how to do that.
Yes, I have pitching experts in there as well. We talk about how to pitch in media. I give you sample emails of what to send to media, what not to send to media. I walk through there's a course, class 4 is all of that. And then talking to media about what works with them and what doesn't.
Awesome.
Yes. It's like a whole media training in 2 classes.
Okay.
Because I got.
How long is the course? Is it two classes?
The course it's 6 modules.
6.
So
okay.
That's why I'm like, the 2020 price is $997, but probably by Q2 it's going to go up. Just because it's so much, and I'm still adding things to it, as media changes or as I continue to add. So the class we held last week will be put into it with understanding Instagram and how to do reels. That'll be put in there. So I'm always adding, because again, I'm an over deliverer, and media is changing. So that's why I have the monthly gathering and the one-on-one coaching, because you pitching and Catherine pitching are still going to be going to your pitch techniques will be the same, but your pitch story could be different. But I've got all the techniques in there as well.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
No, I like what you're saying so far. It sounds great.
Thanks. And I'll follow up with this and I'll have a little bit more information in there, but I really just love these 3 mistakes and fixing them, because if nothing else, it gives you relief, right? Like, oh my God, I just feel like I can calm down a little bit. And so
Well, that's good because I am focusing or shifting a little bit myself for 2021, and I want to, I have 3 prongs to my business. One is the style, one is, beauty and taking care of your skin, etc. And the other one is on empowerment. But empowerment has been used so often. I'm trying to figure out what other word can I use other than empowerment. I mean, it's still a great word, but so tying those 3 things together is what I'm still struggling with, is how do I tie those things together?
yeah.
Or do I leave them separate and just have clients in different, pools?
Yeah. And this will help you because it really will walk you through all those steps of who my audience is, who my audience's crossover, and yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Catherine, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am. I've got to get started on the course, so I need to dive in.
Dive in. All right. Thanks, ladies. This recording, it takes it a little while to download. So I'll get it to you sometime today with all the information and all that kind of stuff. And Catherine, you've already bought, so I'm going to send you the Instagram layout and then how to get the emails opened, because I love that one.
Okay.
It's so hard to get emails opened. Oh my gosh. All right. Bye, y'all. Thank you so much for coming.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
Thank you for doing this.
Bye.
Bye.